Tomorrow at 1:30 PM UK time, we play against Morecambe in the FA Cup. Now for me, this game is like the perfect palate cleanser after what's been a pretty eventful and disappointing 1 month. Tomorrow there's an opportunity to see the next gen of the Chelsea Academy. We know that 5 players have been currently training with the first team, and those 5 players are Jude, soonsup-bell, Henry Lawrence, Liv Romento, Lewis Bate, and Tino Angerin. Morecambe FC are currently 7th in the League 2 table, and tomorrow provides an opportunity for us to see what our young players can do, an opportunity for some first team players to get some fitness, as well as other senior players getting minutes as well. A game like this comes at the perfect time because it allows other players to get back to fitness. And in today's match preview, I'm going to break down the press conference, I'm going to give my predicted lineups, and to end things, I'll be speaking about our 5 talented youth players that hopefully get some minutes tomorrow. You'll learn everything about them, and without wasting any more time, let's kickstart with the press conference for the upcoming game. Now, as always, Lampard is forever late. I mean, he's consistently doing this, and at this point, I kind of feel like maybe he's doing it on purpose, but to be honest, I don't know of any reason why. Maybe I'm just overthinking, and maybe he's just just doesn't care about these things. I don't know. But to continue on, of course, Lampard confirms that there is going to be rotation in the game tomorrow. How much though is going to be interesting, and I strongly suggest that you guys at least stay until the predicted lineup part, where I'm going to go into some depth and detail in regards to the teams we might be seeing in tomorrow's game. To continue on, Lampard did confirm that Reece James is currently training but won't be taking any part. I'm okay with that, let him get back to full fitness. We found out that Christensen won't be taking any part as well, and Kante also won't be taking any part. He has a small hamstring, and to be honest, considering that he is going to be missing the Fulham game due to suspension, by the time Kante comes back, hopefully he'll be back to his firing best. When it comes to rotation, I mean, there are so many different lineups that we might see tomorrow. However, I'm trying to understand the mindset that Lampard might have when it comes to considering his final team. As the press conference did continue, Lampard gave some thoughts and opinions on the state of the current team, and it was this part of the conference that really got me trying to read between the lines. I'm going to explain that in the predicted lineup part, but as Lampard said, when you have a big squad like we do, there are more non-starters than starters. So it's only human nature that players find that tough. In terms of myself, I came into this job expecting pressure, and I have to say my personality is that when things are going well, I put more pressure on myself because I worry about what is around the corner. Now, I find this morning challenging in a good way because I can find out more about myself, the team, and my members of staff. I love doing what I'm doing, and I never expected an easy run. Now, to be honest, this kind of reflects Lampard's entire philosophy that he's had since he was a player. Constant self-improvement, constantly adding things to his game, mastering his game. So it's nice to know that he implements that to his coaching philosophy. Now though, you guys, we move on to the predicted lineup, and I've got 3 possible ones, but before I get into things, I want to give a bit of an introduction. Now, as I was saying in the press conference, I felt like it was kind of cryptic when Lampard was talking. Now, I'm going to try to see things through the manager's perspective. Against Morecambe, it is an opportunity to give minutes to senior players. It's an opportunity for players to build their fitness, and it's also an opportunity to strengthen the tactical cohesion. Now, based on this, you guys, I would not be surprised. Of course, I would be disappointed. But considering the manager's perspective, I would not be surprised if some of the young players that are training with the team from the academy don't actually play in the game tomorrow or get very small minutes. Now, I'm hoping this won't be the case, but I have to understand the current situation with the manager, the pressure he's currently in, and due to that pressure, as I've been saying for a while, because it is a pattern that I do keep noticing, when times are hard, sometimes Lampard will prioritize the experienced players over the younger players. Another reality that we have to accept too is that right now with the squad, there are a lot of senior players not getting game time that need game time to help boost their transfer value to get the moves they want, that need game time to be able to represent their nations at the Euros, and that need game time because they're on high wages, and of course, it would feel kind of insulting if younger players were used over them instead of giving them the minutes that they're waiting for in games like this. In a previous article, Lampard did allude to the fact that the benefits of having these academy players training with the first team is that due to their freshness and their fearlessness, it does add to the competition. And you know, if a lot of the criticism Lampard is receiving is based on the tactics and the players' understanding, meaning that some of the young players might not play, I'm hoping that's not the case, you guys. I'd be disappointed as a fan, but from a tactical football point of view, I'd understand the sacrifice, even though, let's be serious, a League 2 team, our academy players playing alongside the first team ones, come on, I think they can easily walk through things. The first lineup I'm predicting is based on my little theory. As you guys can see, I've gone for Andrew on the left wing, I've gone for Jude up front, Ziyech down the right hand side because he needs to get more minutes and, you know, get back to the first team pronto. And in midfield, I've gone for Gilmour, Havertz, who needs to continue getting back to full form, and Jorginho in the base of midfield. In defence, I've gone for Emerson, I've gone for Rudiger, I've gone for Tomori, who, you know, if he doesn't get a loan move this window, I'd imagine he plays tomorrow. And down the right, I've gone for Azpilicueta with Kepa in goal. With a lineup like this, let's hope at least that, you know, if my theory was right, and with this lineup, let's at least hope the bench is full of youngsters. With my theory at least, this could be an opportunity for these guys to come off the bench as the game progresses. But we move on to the second lineup. This is a lineup maybe I'd be interested to see. I've gone for a 4-2-3-1 because I think against a weak team like Morecambe, I think we can afford to try out a different formation and build that understanding with it. Now, as you guys can see, I've gone for Giroud up front. I've gone for Kai Havertz in the 10 position. I've gone for Andrew down the left-hand side. I've gone for Ziyech down the right. In midfield, I've gone for Gilmour and Lewis Bate. When these guys are playing together in the PL2, it is the same type of vibe as Jorginho and Cover in the sense of how they connect and interchange and how they pass. But for me, I mean, you know, I think these guys are very good at moving the ball progressively between the lines. It would be interesting to see them playing together tomorrow if that was the case. But in defense, I've gone for Emerson, I've gone for Rudiger, I've gone for Aspie, and I've gone for Henry Lawrence with Kepa in goal. And finally for the third lineup, and this is extremely hopeful, this is literally youth crazy. Up front, as you guys can see, I've gone for Andrew, I've gone for Giroud, I've gone for Ziyech, who I think just has to get that fitness back now. I've gone for Gilmour, Bates, and Havertz in midfield. In defense, I have Lawrence as a left back. I've got Livramento as a right back. In defense, I've gone for Rudiger and Tomori with Kepa in goal. Anyway, you guys, they were the lineups, and to end things with a match preview, let's talk about some of these exciting youth talents coming out again from our academy. Now, the first player I want to speak about is Jude soonsup-bell. Now, for me, I do feel excited when I see him. I think about when he signed from Swindon Town when he was like 12 or 13, and you know, the confidence in yourself you need to have to make that step up to the best academy in the country. Because of course, you know, we had that reputation for many years at the time Jude was signing for us. And considering how he's just been blowing up so far this season, you know, his rise as a 16-year-old to play in the PL2, the goals he's been scoring for fun. 4 goals in the FA Youth Cup, matching a 59-year record held by former youth player all the way back in the 50s, you guys, Billy Rogers. And let's not forget his hat-trick that he scored for England under-16s against Spain. He was originally signed as a cam, but after not too long, of course, they saw his talents as a striker. And when you consider the confidence that he has in himself, not the arrogance, that confidence. When he scores, he's not getting overly gassed because he's a guy that's thinking about the bigger picture. He's setting goals for himself. It's no surprise that Cristiano Ronaldo, is a role model who follows, who has that similar type of mentality. I'm not trying to gas him up at all, saying he's a new Ronaldo or nothing. I just think when players are this young, I don't want to be overhyping and just adding pressure at all. I'm trying to use my platform responsibly. But considering how he plays, how he finishes, that composure in the books as well, his willingness to constantly improve, his two-footedness when he's dribbling with the ball, that imagination and skill he also possesses, it's no surprise to me that he has been getting the minutes all across the age groups this season. So keep it up. Let's hope tomorrow on his birthday he gets some minutes off the bench at least. Please, Frank, make it happen, because this guy needs to commit to that contract real quick, man. We now move on to Henry Lawrence. Henry Lawrence, versatile, technically accomplished, tactically accomplished. He can play everywhere. right back, left back, in defence, in midfield. It's no surprise that he made the bench for us last season versus Bayern Munich. He has an incredible football brain, and it's a shame that he wasn't able to get along before the start of the season, but you know, when he does, you guys pay attention to this kid. Moving on now to Lewis Bate. I really like Lewis Bate. Of course, he's very small, but it's how he plays. It's that tenacity, that confidence. He doesn't get phased. He has that confidence in his game. He's a midfield player that is positive, plays between the lines, plays the ball with pace. His switch balls are excellent. His little skillful turn, that little 180 turn he does, that little trademark skill, absolutely excellent. And he has an absolute rocket of a shot as well. You know, he is someone that looks to lead. He looks to make things happen. He looks to take responsibility. And it's no surprise that he's been impressing Jody Morris and Frank Lampard for a very long time. Of course, we now move on to Livramento, and for me, I can't help but shake off the comparisons when he's just bombing down the field at full pace to like a Maicon in his glory days, you know. Livramento, he plays with quality at pace, and it's no surprise why he's got 7 assists this season. It's no surprise why he's too hot to handle down the flanks. I thought his assist he got against Spurs in that game that Czech played in was out of this world, and his decision making in the final third with his low driven crosses and his ability to find his teammates in the box, as well as the timing of the run, his ability to get past his man. This guy is another exceptional right wing back that this club has produced. And of course, we move on to Angerin. I feel like he's guaranteed out of all these guys at least to be in the team, getting minutes at least. Angerin right now, since he came back from injury, you know, he's ready to blow, you guys. Physically, he's ready. He's positive when he plays. He's got a goal threat. He's got an ability to attack the spaces, run at his man. He's got versatility in his game. He can play between the lines and link up. He can take the ball for himself, outmuscle someone, use his exceptional dribbling skills and blast it with 2 feet into the net. And he's got a sick trim. So Angerin tomorrow, you know, I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to be doing. And you guys, on that note, that is going to be an end to the match preview. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I have released a news daily video just in case you guys ain't got enough of Blue Lions TV. But you guys, on that note, I'm going to wrap things up. I'll catch you guys tomorrow with the match review after the game.